Our new expert is here, Professor Durga Shankar Rath. Professor Durga Shankar, are you here?
Good morning, sir. Good morning, sir.
So our expert is here, and he is also one of the eminent person, well known in West Bengal. So you will be surprised to listen to him. He has been throughout the product of DRTC, and when he started his career as assistant manager, especially in Library Information Services, Entrepreneurship Development Institute of India, Ahmedabad. There he worked for 2 years, and then later on switched to Satyam Computers Limited, Hyderabad. There also he worked for 2 years, and Professor A.R.D. Prasad. So it will be nice to hear student also, and it will be nice to hear Professor Prasad also. So in this refresher course, we will be hearing both teacher and guide. These both are teachers, both are means you can say they are guiding. Right now, Durga Shankar Rath has already guided about 10 PhDs, and he has been the student of Professor A.R.D. Prasad. So we'll be listening to him also in this very refresher course. And he has been in this profession for the last 25 years. First initial few years he spent, and thereafter he switched to Vidyasagar University, and he has published about 60 research articles in national and international periodicals. He has a couple of books also, and I told you he has successfully supervised about 10 PhDs. So he has a great profile, and we would love to listen to him. So today, Durga Shankar Rath will be speaking on a very interesting area, that is modern technology in academic libraries, and that will be useful for everyone. So I'll invite you, Professor Durga Shankar, to interact with our participants. Right now, because the session has just finished 5 minutes before, so right now we have about 60 participants, and sooner or later again 20-25 will be joining. So about 85 participants we have all across India. So you will enjoy, and they will be listening to your experience, your whatever you have to share with them, you can easily share with them. So with these words, I invite Professor Durga Shankar to start the session.
Thank you, sir. Thank you for your kind words and your nice introduction. Probably I am not up to that, what you have already introduced. I must confess at the beginning that I am really not that much capable. Most of you have already implemented some of the application programs and in your libraries, academic libraries or research libraries, and they are helping you. And especially in the present era, just now I was watching that AI driven one application programs has already been introduced by UGC to take notes of this class. So you see, everywhere at the present era of technology, almost without the intellectual competence of human being also, machine became so intelligent with the help of machine learning system as well as artificial intelligence together. The scenario got changed quite drastically in the last few years. Besides that, some of the other technologies also have been helping us for a long time in our academic and research libraries. They are also under this discussion. I am really indebted to the AMU authority. Especially, I express my gratitude to Professor Masum Raja sir for allowing me this opportunity to share some of the ideas among the participants of this course. First of all, most of you, those who are at present practicing some sort of technology in there and embedding it in their library services, they know it very well that it's what we are doing at present may not be available in future. So the first thing that what we are going to discuss now, they may lose its relevance only after few months maybe. That is why all of us, what we need to know that we have to keep on unlearning our earlier learning, as well as we have to relearn the latest development in the subject, because one of the very important area in any comparing to any domain, library and information science have been always incorporating ICT in providing services to the users. Is it audible to you, all of you? My voice, is it audible
Yes,
to
sir.
you?
Yes,
Yes,
sir.
sir. Yes, sir.
Yes,
Audible.
sir.
Okay,
Yes,
good.
sir. Audible.
Uh,
Yes, sir.
I thank you. I could see Arup Kumar Das also from
Yes,
Bankura.
sir.
Yeah, thank you. See, this particular presentation, it has been prepared by one of our student, which the students are basically research scholars, Mr. Uh, Amalendu Das. He has prepared this. I would show you that presentation from his. He has sent me just a few minutes back only. Just a minute. I first let me download that one and I will show you. It's taking a few moments. They are telling that it's in Google Slides only. So just a minute. Yeah. Is it visible?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Visible.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Yes, yes. Thank you. So this is modern technology in academic library services, but I have already uttered my reluctance to tell anything modern, because whatever we are discussing today, it will become obsolete even tomorrow also. So keeping that in mind, how far library has accommodated all kinds of technology, and what are the other aspects while considering about the technology? Some of the things, say for example, while we are uh, subscribing our resources from any external agency, some sort of contract we make with them, and how far we should be aware about all of these things, so that in future also that perpetual access and other things also should be available to us. So all these things I will try to incorporate in our present discussion. Let's start with how users access information today in the present scenario. Shift from library to search engine, because earlier we were entrusted with the responsibility of just changing, say for example, uh, to what extent all the resources, all the recorded resources of the world, whatever is available to us, we are trying to provide more use of that. We are trying to make users understand that unless it is getting used, probably it is of no use. That's why all resources like books are for use. From that point of view, whenever any recorded information were available to us, till now we are trying to increase the utility of it. That means what we want to say that we are our basic purpose of librarianship is to enhance the utility of this usage of this. While libraries are trusted for reliable information, the majority of users now begin their searches with search engines like Google, bypassing library portals, because we thought that probably after scanning all those things, after getting verified authentic information, we are trying to provide access to our library portals. But it's given such sort of feelings to users. So sometimes it is called hallucination, as if the machine is so intelligent that they are providing you right information. Those who have already learned with ChatGPT and all these things, they understood that sometimes very smartly they come back with some wrong answer, and we have to again interact with it to make it right, or even sometimes even worse answer they will provide later on. That most of you have experienced also. But it is very difficult to make users convinced that the library has gone through all these things and they found the reliable information, authentic information that can be consumed. To what extent even the similarity detection things can be used, or is it simply the pattern available resources, however, some matching of it and they are bringing to us. That's why online browsing over print, that users increasingly prefer browsing. They are thinking that plain offline resources, especially print resources, are of no use to them, and they tend to overlook printed materials. That's why the declining value of fee-based content, because earlier what we were getting through our journal, online journal providers, or some of the printed resources, those paid contents, a large amount of money what we have spent, they are not utilized properly, and the free resources like wikis are becoming more popular. We know very well wikis are subject to change every time. Anyone can make the content changed and all these things. Still, people understand that they are of more use to them, and that the differences in functional roles and domain knowledge between users and librarians significantly affect how information is sought and what sources are preferred. That is where the role of the librarian. We have to interact with the users. We have to bring them to the fold of library, and then only probably we will can make them understand that, see, these are the fallacy of directly approaching through browser. That is where the role of the library, but the ardent responsibility to convert these non-library goers, or those who are not in the fold of the library, to make them within the fold of library. There lies the basic problem in our library user activity. So before internet, libraries were the most important publicly available information resources, and we used to enjoy, you see, the look of a public library. Whatever use resources we have till date got, everything with the help of these library resources only. And that's why the earlier authors, whenever they used to learn something or get it verified, they used to come to the library. But libraries fully stacked with books, journals nowadays, but less users are there, very less. I mean, physical footfall to the library are less. That is one of the biggest challenge to the present day library system, because our survival also depends on all these things. Yes, it is true that through online some of the resources are getting used, and probably it is very difficult to judge that to what extent it is used, whether that can be justified or not. That means the utility ratio of it, the amount of money spent over it, and the utility we are getting, to what extent, it is very difficult to tell the ratio in between. So what do I do now? I mean, DOI and do I, they are here became synonymous here. So this DOI, that document object identifier, or what do I, my personal role, that also to be considered here. It is true that Jim Morgan's quotation, whatever, that we have to be future ready. The future belongs to those who prepare for it. Of course, librarians are very much aware about the future, and they try to incorporate all the uh, development in their library premises as soon as possible, as soon as people become aware of it. So the new roles and skills and strategies has to be incorporated in our library premises. So what is Michael Gorman told, that our singular strengths meditations for libraries, that is in Chicago, ALA, in their lecture, honor the past and create the future. We cannot ignore the past, because it is, if you say that uh, the search and retrieval became much more efficient than earlier, because the matching with the resources, the text file, what is get matched, and how fast we are converting our all the resources available. You see, the capability of changing it or depending on some of the AI driven search engines, it's not going to help for a long run. The reason is, this uh, the carbon conversion of it, the amount of data to make the spending on it in line with the past, unless we think over it, probably the sustainable development, what UNESCO's goal, won't be fulfilled properly. To understand it, we have to wait a little, because here we have learned that cloud computing had come, drones, robotics, then augmented reality and virtual reality, then big data and Internet of Things, AI, artificial intelligence, especially machine learning. That means making data trainable to them, so that the future system can get correct data from it. So many challenges are there for our future endeavor. Emerging technology, innovating the future, transforming lives with emerging technology. So soon we have to adopt this technology, that is true. Without that, probably we cannot prosper. But at the same time, whether they are sustainable or not, that also should be kept in mind. Here are some of the aspects we are trying to cover. Say AI chatbots. In artificial intelligence chatbots, we could handle directional questions on library websites, send alerts when books are due, provide assistance in locating relevant library resources, answer simple informational request from users. So instead of the 24 hours ask a librarian, probably AI driven some systems we can develop where they could answer readily the queries of the users. Even some people have got success by making a particular domain or a small area of knowledge, because in a small area whatever resources are there, we could connect to it, and probably searching from them, making learn with the help of ML, machine learning, we could train our system, so that more uh, what I say relevant as well as precise data can be available. I am telling it is a probability. The approach is totally probabilistic in nature. The reason being, it is the statistical approach till now we are adopting, even in AI-driven approach also. To what extent they are getting matched, and depending on the number, that is nothing new from our earlier days, that Peter Sultan days of indexing system. Only thing that now machine helping us to get it matched from the uh, what I say physically or logically available resources wherever it is. Enhanced search and discovery, machine learning algorithms improve search engines. So providing personalized recommendations based on user preferences and behavior. That is also probabilistic in nature. Sometimes they fail to understand our exact requirement. They go in a different way. We have to, through some interaction. That's why though training them or providing a trained data set with the help of machine learning is possible, but still there is some chance of getting it diverted. Enable semantic search, improving the accuracy of search results. There lies another problem. See, semantic web, what is basically is the basic effort of the present day librarian to make everything semantically viable. I mean, the physical resources or text files, whether it is surface web or the deep web, whether it is databases available behind the screen or whatever is textual data available in the web pages, everything, unless we can make it semantic, probably the search what we are getting is to some extent we are getting success, but always we cannot ensure it. But in semantic web, when in a particular domain we could organize it, that is also the classificatory approach of it, and that's why the rigorous effort of library professionals to organize it in a semantic web is essential, and that takes quite a long time. That is another approach compared to our AI driven approach. AI virtual assistants are there like Apple Siri, Microsoft's Cortana, Amazon's Alexa, very popularly used it is all over the world, and Google Assistant process and respond to user queries. These are the very frequently used things, and they ultimately enhance user interaction by offering voice activated assistance. Voice activated assistance means like our those who are what I say physically challenged people or visually impaired persons, their text files can be read in different voices, and probably some sort of augmented reality providing help to them. Then applications in reference service area, where reference librarians earlier with the help of their own resources, as well as with the help of referral service they used to provide us information. AI supports automated reference services, guiding users efficiently because they at a time could search whatever the resources available. But sometimes we have to be careful because they come back with some references, with some citations. You will find that citations nowhere it matches. That is another problem with it. So it improves access to information and streamlines user queries. And other advanced features of AI tools can analyze user behavior to recommend personalized resources and assist in cataloging and metadata generation. Cataloging in different ways. Say, for example, that Finland Public Library, they have approached it, say, for example, even in Bengali language also we have tried with authority data, that subject authority data or the name authority data, how to make it streamlined. We can prepare a huge database and from that they match it and prompt the library professionals at the time of cataloging, online cataloging. That is where some of the advantages we are getting. But still, that is, of course, a huge amount of effort we have to put to build that databases. So instead of physically going through the library of Congress subject headings or say, for example, Sears list of subject headings can be taken from this prompt of AI recommended tools, and probably we can provide much faster correct also sometimes name authority data and subject authority data. There are big data applications where analyzes large volumes of user data to improve collection development, resource allocation, and service customization. These are the three areas we can data collection development, because we can say wherever whatever is available, we can track those resources. If we require to subscribe them, we could afford if it is, and then allocation also make them reach to the user's end. It is easier. and customizing according to their need. Tracks user behavior and borrowing trends to provide that we have observed even in Google also. We sometimes know that in what way we write according to our sense of English or the pattern of English, what we use, they prompt us. So they learn the behavior of the users and kind of resources we usually prefer. They can be trained. That is without embedding any machine learning approach. Also, it is available with the browsers. So how Internet of Things works? Internet of Things, for that reason only, a few years back itself, we had tried to convert to all of our IPv4 approach to IPv6, because the number of the IP addresses required for them are much more large in number, and that integrates with all the smart systems available to enable automated check-ins, checkouts, self-service kiosks in our library. Say, for example, self-service kiosks we have introduced. User can come and get their own books, as well as checkouts are possible. Besides that, even say, for example, some library professionals at night also, if they find that by chance power goes off and probably they have to switch on their generator at the office, and if we could make a an approach that IP is attached to it, that thing can be activated from home also. So these are the things, even in future probably we are going to, it's not future, sometimes it is now available also. Windows doors also can be opened or closed with the help of IP driven Internet of Things, and similar to RFID technologies also, but these are much more advanced. Not only it is security purpose, not only it is organize or self rectification purpose, self rectification, or what I say, um, uh, at a time gap, you can very fast identify which resources have been lost from your library, and connects everyday services, devices, allows data exchange over the internet. So application of big data, the benefits our library system, it streamlines library operations by automating data collection. Data collection, uh, we are talking that this research data, say for example, unless people enthusiastically provide that data, unless people feel the uh, rigorous requirement of it, and if they do not want to change the practice, probably the research data we are not going to do it, especially in India. Some of the co-data guidelines are there, where they have already decided that a national uh, monitoring system should be there, that all public funded research institutes or personnel, those who are conducting the research, they are supposed to provide the research data in a particular format, so that research data itself, not only research report, data can be visible to all and can be verified at any time, and that enhances the preservation of rare and fragile collection with real-time monitoring. So that is, of course, some of the libraries still they feel that these resources are our prestigious collection, so we don't want to provide it to others. That should be, probably in future we will shun that habit, and we will offer personalized services by analyzing all the users' behavior and preferences. So these are the library applications where track room usage and program attendance automatically. Even online, say for example, we know nowadays also we sometimes have to track the data, whether last month or in a vacation period, to what extent the journal utility or usage has been explored by our library users, that we can track. Even uh, Inflinet and other organizations also, vendors also, they will provide us that data. So monitor environmental conditions for special collection. Just now I was telling, not only power cut, humidity, temperature, those can be also controlled, and improve security by tracking inventory and movement of library materials. Future potentials are there with the help of big data, because we know that the amount of data which should be available to explore, whether it is plagiarism or similarity detection software, unless the backend database is large enough, unless they say, for example, Indian other languages, most of the times what is happening, the backend database is less. That's why it is very difficult to track the similarity of the particular content of it. So big data in future probably would be easier to handle, and that would enable our library to provide smarter services and optimize operations. Augmented reality and virtual reality, of course, with the help of some application software and some tools, hardware tools also. It is something we are in last IIT one conference was held. There they have already implemented to some extent in a particular small domain this augmented reality, and also to some extent virtual reality. Augmented reality applications allow users to search, locate, and navigate the library through an interactive digital interface. Even they could come to the exact document also with the help of their device. Their device will automatically direct them to the stack. That is one way approach. Besides that, some of the things which will provide you better experiences with the help of virtual reality, also provide you feelings in a laboratory environment, whether it is virtual lab and so on. Helps readers discover and find books at the self level, and enhances exploration of library spaces with real-time guidance. With our library catalog itself, I mean opaque, if we could make that application program attached to it, we can understand that in which floor exactly that document is there, and automatically we will get the guidance from our handheld application, I mean any tools, gadget, what is having with us. With the help of that, we can reach there. So virtual reality ultimately revolutionizes the library instruction by creating immersive real-life learning experiences. As I was telling with the virtual lab, and it simplifies book discovery, genre identification, and classification. Genre identification in the sense the what I say, some of the classification or classificatory approach earlier with the printed environment, with the call number what we used to get, directly we can embed it in our system itself, and it will reach there to that particular RFID tag, and promotes active hands-on learning compared to traditional lecture method. That is, of course, in learning environment also, they will enhance our experience. Robotics help us for locating or material storage, self-reading, and inventory management. Automatically, they will say the large stacks which are uh, much higher than our height. So we can simply directly go there. They will improve on which we are sitting. It automatically would be the robotics should bring that resource from there, or relocate in that particular position, or allow the users directly to reach there with the help of it. Say, for example, some stool they can use, and directly people can go up. So Westport Library trains users on humanoid robots. Chicago Public Library lends Finch robots, and Ligby at University of Pretoria greets visitors and answers questions. So at the entrance itself, probably some sort of very frequently asked questions, or while they will greet the users, they can inquire their requirement and can direct to that particular location, whether it is reference section or it is learning section, and so on. AI integration with virtual reality or robotics, virtual assistants like Amazon Alexa are used for basic reference services. In nowadays, in at the home also, we are using for our receiving calls, for listening to music, and so on. And future potential is expanding robotics for interactive services and advanced reference tasks. Of course, there are some sort of difficulties are there, like its light based on batteries, and how to make them work, training aspect of it, and all these things. Still, there is probably some sort of origin experience of high-tech self-help in Singapore's library robot. The self-help kiosk is basically a robotics one. They'll put you at the higher pedestal, and drones technology, that is another technology that can be used for delivery service for the library users who don't have the possibility to go to the library. So be it because of a disability or for some personal reason, they may be from a long distance, and that's why they are reluctant to go visit the library. And with the help of drones, the world's first library book drone delivery service has been introduced, carrying Virginian librarian calls on tech to reach out to kids at home. So it's, of course, technology comes with some costs and etc. I remember 2 3 years back only at the Uttaranchal, when they used to take books, that is probably the Melinda Gates Foundation. From their book, they were carrying on the back of the donkeys, and that is the convenient resources that way they were doing at that time. Probably library sunshine or some programs if there, that classroom reading facilities, for that they were carrying books. But see, much more convenient ways are there. With the help of drone, they can send it and get it done, I mean reissued or return the book. Drone will budge shelves at Taiba library to check book inventory. They go there, take the photo, whatever is available there, they take the photograph and send it at the same time to the uh, person who are in need. Cloud computing in libraries, we have already implemented in our library system, because always we feel that probably maintaining it at our end, I mean at our library only, the server, it costs involved, and besides that, maintaining it at any time, the server may get crashed, and that's why it is with the help of some cloud resource provider, we that private cloud is there, some hybrid cloud is there, in plain cloud, in Google Cloud, to some extent it is free. That's why people were using for a long time. But when library database, they are opaque, they are served from the remote places, and that is also uh, that involves some costs. When authority are ready to pay that one, probably librarians are feeling it that getting it done through some cloud server would be much easier. So data storage and access, that storage especially, libraries use cloud platforms to store and then get access to that anytime, because accessing also power cut and all these things won't make any hindrance here, and making it easily accessible from anywhere at any time. Cost efficiency reduces the need of physical servers and maintenance. Everyone need not have to use it, but of course we have to be careful that in future, whether they will, when they will continue, the costing of it, that should be amenable for the subscribing libraries. And of course, it lowers the individual infrastructure of the library premises. Collaboration and resource sharing facilities are there. With the help of cloud computing, facilitates collaboration between libraries by sharing resources and data on cloud platforms. Like one election for total country, we are going for one subscription for one country. That's why, unless this sort of collaboration and resource sharing activities held through cloud computing, it is very difficult to get those resources only from a single server available in a particular location. Enhanced user experience cloud-based services offer patrons access to ebooks, journals, and other digital resources 24 by 7, anytime, from anywhere. And of course, backup and security are taken care of by the cloud private cloud providers, provides reliable data backups, and also enhanced security safeguarding library data from potential loss. Potential loss, because in future also the application programs or the software, what will help them to provide the access to uh, make the users browse those documents. That is also provided by the cloud computing services provider. Uh, Albert Einstein's one important thing is there. Till now, what we are telling is in theory, and theory and practice are the same, but in practice, they are not. Unless we soil our hand, unless we practice it, unless we make mess of our library system for a number of times, probably we will not be in a position to really embed all these services for us. It is available, that is true, that it is not also very difficult to append it with our library system and enhance, we can increase the user's experience on it. Once a new technology rolls over you, if you are not part of the steamroller, you are part of the road. That is the quotation by Stuart Brand. So we cannot but incorporate or embed those system for our library resources. That's why always we have to be very much careful that whenever it is coming at the beginning itself, we must learn it with it and how to incorporate it, embed it, because nowadays we know that there are several uh, uh, social cyber groups are there, especially in library and information professionals field. That's why with the help of them, we have to rethink about our libraries, and we have to enhance the library users experience with the help of incorporating those resources. Library everywhere. Library resources and services available anywhere and everywhere. Faster internet connections in library, on-campus reposition, even sometimes users campus, no, say for example, Aligarh Muslim University, a large campus is there, and in hostel you may not be in a very comfortable position to download your resources. If you come, that bring your own device, BYOD, that provision is there in the library premises, and if you come with your own device, that will help you a faster access with the help of the more reliable, with the help of the secure network, reposition, library and information tools, resources and expertise, develop new skills and expertise. So this will help us to get the quality learning space, collect and digitize archival materials very fast. Unlike earlier, say for example, to convert the physical resources, you have to convert it to the text file, and there lies the significance of say OCR software, optical character recognition. Nowadays, not only the printed materials, even the handwritten materials also, the pattern recognition is much faster compared to earlier. The technology has in advanced in such a that OmniPage Pro professional this software, they will help to easily identify a particular pattern. Earlier, so many bad patches were there, that yellow mark where physically we have to intervene and rectify the data to convert to the text file. Unless it is textual data, no searching is possible, not no matching is possible. That's why from image we have to convert it to the textual data or to the ultimately PDF file and so on, which are searchable enough. Creating metadata and linked data, that is another task of it, because all the resources have some implication in different other aspects also, not only relating a particular publication with all its manifestations or all its different versions of it, different way, but linked data also help them that in which other areas it has some relation. That metadata and preparing the metadata for each of them and linking them, it increases the power of library for our future search and retrieval. So it is some sort of a venture approach, so that any user could understand that this particular book, who has written it, who has translated it, and what is the translation of it, whether from the translated version anybody got some movie over it, and that movie where it is available, any other kind of say publications of different editions, everything which possible. And that's why joint library consortium movement and other government initiatives are there. They will help to increase this linking method and teaching information literacy to people, as well as that is another important, very important area. Today we have to take the task, because those who really come to our library, they are of course voracious readers. They also are very much interested to learn new things, but problem is the ability of learning, the new media, the digital literacy, where every day the user needs to update their knowledge. There we have to come out with some idea how to train them regularly, so that the advanced technology, advanced way of accessing information would be known to them, or say e-transaction or digital resources would become much more convenient for forthcoming users. So to convert the traditional user, those who are otherwise literate enough or learned rather, but because of the deficiency in this digital literacy, they are getting some problem of to get access to the resources. And we can take the role. I find in our place in rural areas also, some old man, they are coming to the library and they are getting their knowledge updated, even for their day-to-day form fill up, or getting online certificates, or filling up say text, or some sort of what I say, the rural areas, that lands are there, that land tax also to be paid, and all these things. Of course there are some cost effect is there, because the government's effort was to make it cheaper, whereas while it is coming to the cyber cafe and from them they are getting it, it is becoming much more costlier. For a single record they are charging much more. That's why we have to provide them to our through our public library system, or even extending our general academic libraries to the community center, so that with the help of them some person can provide some help. So deeper collaboration with faculty and the larger part of the society also. So technology has fundamentally revolutionized information access, manipulation and utilization. Manipulation, of course, there also we have to be careful. Even some sort of very small sophisticated tinkering of data could hamper the progress of the society, and ultimately the utility will be reduced. So this transformation had challenged librarians. What is the real data, authentic data? Those who are spreading rumors, or what I say, the information uh, to some extent, probably we could say it's a uh, monopoly of some of the organizations. And to get rid of that, architects to evaluate the implications of the changes and their impact on the core mission. So all over the world, when some people are trying to, what we say, the dark web, their own web resources with their own search engine, they are trying to get access to it. So imperialism rather, all over the world, among a few chosen group of people, usually they are industrialists or corporate sectors, they are making use of these resources, they are exchanging this information with the powerful people, and we commoners have no access to all these things. Now how to harness them and provide them, we have to rethink, and we have to embed in our library system also, to break or to come out of this imperialism of the information, especially in the dark web, not in the surface web, not even in the deep web. We call it the dark web. Support and implement technological solutions. There lies the significance of it, to what extent we can support it. Cloud-based library services, web scale discovery services. Web scale means whether it is pan-India scale or it is world scale, and authentication technologies. To what extent they are authentic? We have to search, we have to train the data set with the help of machine learning. Otherwise, what will happen? the misinformation or disinformation rather, they will be spread much more fast at the much more faster rate, because cunning people, those who are criminals, the criminal minds work much faster than the real people, those who are working over it. So we have to be careful about them, to provide the authentic resources to the users, make them aware that the search engines, most of the times what you are using, probably they are not in a position to find these authentic resources. Am I understood to some extent, at least some what I say sensible talk I am making, or should I change it in a different way? Kindly suggest. Hello,
Understand, sir. We understand.
should I go on this way?
Yes, sir. Yes, yes.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Yes,
Go
sir.
on.
Yes, sir.
Okay, sir. Thank you.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
So,
Okay.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Carry on, sir.
So electronic resource management system, this what I say earlier, we had tried with our library portals, then say for example digital repository building, our own resources, say for example academic institutes, our circulars, our question papers, our user experience on some of the Google Classroom. These electronic resources we are managing, but problem comes when we are trying to get access to the external resources. Yes, of course, some of the open source solutions are there. With the help of them, we can get access to the open access repositories, OAI, PMH, and all these things are there, protocol for metadata harvesting. But problem is that even some of the corporate sectors, some of the institutes, with the help of some, what I say, not only public, some private initiations are there where source code are not open. So these proprietary aspects, whenever it is coming for electronic resource management, we are getting some problem there. And library service platforms, users should get access through the library service platform, so that they will be aware about all the resources available from their library, even if they get access to it from their home, or even they are visiting abroad. From there also the facilities are provided. Event management softwares for a particular event, academic event, or say for example seminar, etc., those software also are coming to our rescue, and of course with the help of all of them, we will get the better experience of our library resources. Some of the cloud-based library services, will go into it. Some questions rise there. Types of services like infrastructure as cloud, platform as cloud, services as cloud. See, whenever we are telling that infrastructure as cloud, that means we don't have that infrastructure. I am getting access to some external infrastructure, and from a remote place, they are providing that infrastructural support. Earlier in our lab also, sometimes we used to have a single printer, and all the machines from anywhere, they used to provide command. They have to come down to the computer room and they have to collect their print. That was the days. For a long time we were using, because of the lack of infrastructure. But when these infrastructures are spread all over the world, and we can, sitting here also, we can make use of the infrastructure of Singapore, or maybe somewhere else also. And platform as cloud, when they build the platform with the help of their infrastructure, with the help of their application program, we don't know what infrastructure they are using, but simply we could get access to it, we can get service. Say, I will sometimes say that instead of installing our application programs, or say for library packages, like we are using nowadays open source softwares like Koha, DSpace, etc., sometimes we use platform where readily available, and users, as if they are available at your own desk, you are using it, you are preparing your own library, you are providing to access to them. But problem there, that as it is not a subscription based platform, so anytime they can delete your file, etc. And then services as cloud, of course they are more what I say, for a long time in a matured way, they are providing these services. And cloud-based library services, most of the library services are coming under service as cloud. They don't bother about what infrastructure they use, what platform they are using, what software also. Simply you would get the service. How I am providing those services, you need not have to bother. Cloud-based library services, EBSCO is providing EBSCO discovery services. Folio library services, future of library is open. Folio, future of library is open. They have the library service platform and they also provide services. And some nowadays, even I always mention about this, uh, what I say, in Finland public library system. They developed so many things where what we could get it from their service. EBSCO stacks are there, full text finder, GeoBI library solution. Even ProQuest also they are providing Summon, Alma library service platform, Oasis collection manager, Alrich Web. They are providing in a cloud-based library service. Polet Corporation, Polet Destiny. We know that some of the earlier uh, very renowned journals also are available now open access, because they found that usage of them will become add some value to it, and probably through some other way they can earn money. That's why the earlier model of business also got changed. Even with the help of providing open access, they can earn money more than earlier. Folded Destiny main school libraries, and then Spring Share, LibGuides, LibCal, LibWizard, LibInsight, etc. Open Athens is there, where My Athens single sign-on thing. Elsewhere, bpress, where digital commons repository is there, journal hosting expert gallery, and admire DSpace Express, open repository, custom DSpace, etc. I must say a few words about this DSpace, because the discovery and search and retrieval mechanism of it, with the help of the embedment of all the metadata within it, probably the earlier HP and this Massachusetts Institute of Technology, their collaboration is not working as it is expected, and probably we can take some initiatives to make change, because it's a powerful system. But as this open repository, and to make the customization in their metadata set, probably we require some sort of intervention there. Cloud-based library services, what Indian provides, there are several providers for Koha and cloud, like Remote Access, Informatics Global, PetGet, JGet, and then Remote Access Solution, Remote XS. Then free and open access cloud services are there. All of us, we know, I know most of you already knew all these things, but still as discussion is going on, I'm mentioning them, like Google Scholar, Discovery. These are free and open access cloud services. Like sometime while introducing new journals, people ask, I have also encountered such questions, whether to provide, get this DOI, etc. We have to approach some organization. Do we have to pay money for that? See, they are available in with the help of in Flipnet also you can do this. Their services are there. IRINS system embedding with them, but still some people prefer by paying some money, and that's why free and open access cloud services are also nowadays becoming popular. Metadata and discovery services with the help of Crossref, and then Harvard Dataverse, where repository for search data management. Web scale discovery services are there, where these joint sources of information, like library OPAC, ILS modules, articles from individual e-journals. We know that earlier they used to provide it free of cost. Nowadays, some charges or even more amount of data is difficult to download it. But articles from individual e-journals, various ebook collections, different e-journal publisher portal. These we require to access, and that's why discovery of all of them, I mean, with the help of some um, information, some bibliographic elements, whether we would be able to get the full text of it, full text as well as bibliographic data. Sometimes Web of Science or Scopus, they provide abstract and index, and some other subscription we must have just by copying that bibliographic information and searching in that textual file, whether it is our subscribed database or maybe provided through some network. Subject indexes like SciInfo, PsycInfo, and Inspect, local digital collections, IRS, information repository, all of them together, not only a single one, not only your own digital repository, not only from your own vendor, some resources you are subscribing, even those resources what you are not subscribing, what they are supposed to get from some vendor or even free of cost open source software, all of them should be provided with a single cloud-based searching system, and that's why it is web scale discovery services. Adverse consequences, dissatisfied users, sometimes it happens, underutilized resources, unless this web scale services, web scale discovery is there, underutilized services. Resources are there, but users are not getting access to it and it is not fully utilized. Loss of money, time and efforts, unable to provide relevant information to users at right time, inefficient mark on library system, and ultimate loss to institution and nation. We have observed even our print environment, so many hard copy, what I say, almost 90% of the resources are idle. But we still maintain, keeping in mind that anytime one of them may be of use. So for those rare users, we try to maintain all of them. But the time has come to think whether we can build a repository with some collaboration with a network and probably a total society, a state, a, what I say, a union government also can think to prepare some repository of these rare resources which are rarely used and probably regular used resources which can be maintained properly, and the discovery system won't be encumbered with the vexation of the huge amount of resources but less utilization of it. Here, a single point entry to all the content and services offered by. Here you just search e-journals, books, catalogs, in institutional repositories, etc. And just by providing that search from your library portal, we as well as providing an enjoyable search experience we can get. It can be rectified, it can be, what I say, verified. Remote access technologies are there, like locally installed solutions, EZ proxy we can install in our server and we can get access to the remote resources. Other proxy services are also there. Shibboleth open source federated access is there. Example is InFed of InfluNet. They are providing this Shibboleth open source federated access. Then on behalf of all the users who are subscribing to InfluNet, whether enlist users or through some other library resources, these services can be available locally to provide access from the remote place. Cloud-based services are there, like OpenAthens through EBSCO, EZ proxy on cloud, remote access, Muse proxy, Shibboleth on cloud, and so on. ERM, basically this system is the practices and techniques used by libraries to track the selection, acquisition, licensing. This is important part, selection as well as in acquisition, because we need to know where it is and we have to verify them, then only we can acquire those resources. So for acquisition also, licensing, access and maintenance. Sometimes acquisition without licensing they are doing it, but license means for that particular period I am authorized to get it, or even when I will not pay the licensing fees, subscription for this particular resources, only by paying the licensing fees, I would continue to get access to these resources. That is the perpetual access of it. And then usage, evaluation, retention, and deselection of a library electronic information resources. What are the essential components of electronic resource management? One is knowledge base, ordering of it, licensing of it, content analysis, and usage statistics. These are to be maintained. Usage statistics because government will provide you the fund, whether to some extent you can make use of them or not. So these are the steps from building knowledge bases, ordering them, licensing them, and content analyzing them, and usage statistics generally. Then we have to draw a coral which doesn't have a knowledge base, doesn't have content analysis tool also. This EBSCO knowledge holding intelligence quotient, you can integrate it with the Coral, which enables your library to search the EBSCO knowledge base for titles, packages, vendors within Coral, as well as important titles and packages directly into Coral. So we can get some more important directly from the Coral or from the indirectly, though it is coming from the Coral. ILS to LSP, integrated library system. We told it integrated because the acquisition, cataloging, circulation, report generation, and so on, they are integrated in such a way that one cannot go without the other. And sometimes it is modular also. Some modules we can keep it for future. To what extent it is possible for us, we can implement that much only, and rest of them for our future purpose. Slowly, whenever we will be capable financially, that time we will implement it. But this integrated library system are now going directly to the library services platform. Some big shifts in the library software industry. It is happening. Currently, library software industry is talking more about LSP library services platform instead of integrated library systems, which will work at the end of the library. They are gradually fading out ILS, and more are coming library services platform. Integrated library softwares of library of the yesteryear were designed and developed. Earlier, you remember that integration was also not there. Only we are using database, bibliographic database. Of course, we have understood that some of the difficulties are there in the electronic database for a promising area. That's why they have reduced it, and integrated library softwares of the yesteryears. And even before that, the single bibliographic module, not even it is database, library management software, simply a bibliographic database, and then linking it with the circulation of it, and we are managing our databases. So library service platforms is an all-in-one solution offered as software as a service. You need not have to bother about the infrastructure, about the platform. You will enjoy or reap the benefit of SaaS, where you will be given an access point and our users will get access to it. Of course, they are maintaining separate server for that. It manages variety of collection types, includes all modules such as discovery, ERN, bibliographic service, learning management, print collection management, API access to vendors. So these are the things all of us now also we are telling, and at the end of this deliberation also, we will keep on requesting so that in future these services will be made available to all the library stakeholders. Library service providers, that library service platform functionalities of it, acquisitions with vendor APIs. See, vendor APIs. Vendor also should have that application program interface. Without that, earlier what was happening, we are simply entering the vendor data, but the vendor end, they cannot check whether which books are lying with the library at present, which books we yet to deliver, what time has been given to deliver these books and so on. Then circulation, users also come to know every time that when they have to return, whether they are going beyond of that or not. Collection management also in future, what is to be collected, what is to be written and so on. License management I have already mentioned there. And then record management like metadata management, reports and analysis, resource sharing and so on. LibCal, room booking, event management, librarians appointment booking, that is known as LibCal, integrated solution for booking and calendars. So LibCal is an easy to use web platform designed to handle libraries calendaring needs from SpringShare. Throughout the years, Springer and other organization, they can prepare this kind of calendar where from the calendar all the dates automatically will be highlighted to you, and probably you would remember their payment, their what I say, kind of services needed from them and so on. Custom registration forms and images of rooms, outline terms and conditions of room usage. Optionally, mediate books for each group of rooms. Enable quick mobile booking with built-in QR. Then some other advanced library technologies are there, which are AI powered, mostly artificial intelligence powered technology that delivers the fastest and most reliable and status aware access. We have started our discussion from that only, that nowadays AI has improved with the help of machine learning, of course, because machine learning will help us to train their data set and or the selected data set, so that from there uniformly we will get back the answer and most reliable and status aware access to it. Expert system full text linking is also essential. Artificial intelligence powered linking saves valuable time, improves library services. So open access, unless it is facilitated, recently last month itself we heard that one Nature journal from that one particular article has been taken back. That means some cautions might have been given, and it is basically plagiarism and all these things will be taken care of. Eliminate the confusing maze of clicks to deliver the experience users expect. That is what the sometimes it is so hedgy where exactly you will click the save researchers valuable time and reduce help desk and ILL requests. Most open access content expands library collections. So we have, as far as practicable, we have to provide access to all the open access resources. Multiple data sources are used to determine open access availability. So many search engines are there which will provide you only open access data sets to provide as much access to open access content as possible. And the library may select linking only, version of recorder, or also to alternate versions and such as manuscripts, etc. Not reliant on resources to report coverage, information, increasing link accuracy, and so on. Complete access, and I would like to skip these things because I think you will understand it. You will get them very easily. And leave key, discovery service, all these things, just you can go through. I will provide you these slides also. Enhance library services or enhancement of library services. Here writing is wrong. It is enhanced library services or enhancement of library services. So enhancement of library services, library websites, we have to make responsive websites. Earlier, say you just look into the changing of technology. Earlier we were making some sort of what I say passive web pages, not interactive enough, what we used to say static pages. And later we found active pages, rather we say dynamic pages, where user can experience some interaction. Library web opaque to MO opaque mobile OPEC services also are can be possible with the help of that. Hyperlinks, apps, because library apps will help us to get all the library resources more easily. We have to download some of them. Probably by downloading those apps, you can keep it in our own gadget, and that will help to access most of the resources with the help of them. Barcodes are changed by QR codes. Any resource, even so payment of library fine and all these things with the help of QR codes also doing it. And reference services notifications come, reference services, physical maps, mobile maps, and library tours converted to virtual tours. So library websites, with the help of that, now we are in a position to provide reference service, different really simple syndicate RSS feeds from different blogs. According to our, we have to simply, it has two part. RSS feed, one part of the program will bring or push that, another part it should be installed in our own device, where that will automatically, it's something like the iron what I say pieces, they are like RSS feeds, and that will be captured by our magnet at the library end or our user end. We can install the RSS collectors, and then library or accumulator, rather accumulating can be done there. Library instructions will be given in the form of notice, different SMS services to the users mobile, that on this date you have to come down to the library and uh, return your document, or you have to pay the fine, or the book you have already booked. I mean, at the time of searching your database, if you found that book is not available at this moment, you can book it for future, so that once it is returned, you will be reminded. Event calendar throughout the year, what library are providing, what seminar of your own or subject, different social media, image collections, audio tours, augmented reality facilities, videos, research or homework guides, location guides, or homework guides means even our personal guidances, monetary guidances, and so on. And open access resources are also available there. Mobile library apps will help us from OPEC. We can see the latest collection, e-journals also, in-house library services also, and we can go through some frequently asked questions, so that we need not have to uh, wait for some frequently asked questions, like some common queries. Online reservation of e-thesis, browse log. Thesis has become more transparent now. Even we can provide access to the experts also, those who are browsing those theses, I mean evaluating those theses. So it has become much more transparent than earlier. Directory, mobile websites, and so on. I believe that almost we have come to a large extent of what is commonly available. Here is some experience. Say you are searching results from Harry Potter and the Deathly Hallows, La Intense and Tess Emo Harry Potter, reading sound recordings of it, whichever DVD of it. Different search types are given in our library catalog search, like by author, by publisher, even the time coverage, language, search box and button, search type options, author and title, call number and location, cover image. Even sometimes we have uh, encountered that book earlier, but now just by looking the bibliographic information, you may get confused. So that's why the cover image will help us to rectify our error. We'll think that yes, that is the document what I wanted, and the status of book, whether that book is in issue or has just written, and so on. All these things with the help of our mobile OPEC we would come to know. This SMS library alerts of mobile OPEC through new title preview. It will automatically be sent to the user's end that these are the new arrivals, user demanded citation, new title preview, in the sense before purchasing also we can make our users aware that just come down to the library and pick whether that book is uh, worth purchasing or not, and then proceed. So based on their authority or head of the department will do these things, or on behalf of the head of the department some other faculty members can also do these things. Opening and closing hours of the library, that is also sometimes gets changed due to some sudden notification. So all of those things should be sent to the user's mobile, that when the library is going to close today. And the circulation from that renewal of a book, collect the book, dues in account, and late fee. SMS notification services are there, due day reminder service, renewal request service. You need not have to come down to the library. With the help of SMS, you will get that what is to be done. Request arrival notification service, news and event reminder service. So without coming to the library also, you will be reminded that you have already reserved that book for future transaction. Kindly come down to the library and pick it. QR codes are used to embed info contact on a visiting card. Earlier, that was the custom that a particular person could be uniquely identified. But to watch a video, embed text, map an address, and make a phone call or send email. QR codes can be generated from the website URL because that is a unique address, YouTube video, image file, PDF file, Google Map location. You see, advantage is that all of us are moving with a mobile. I mean, this particular mobile, if you take the image of it and then scan it, automatically you will get much more information that will provide us access to that particular PDF file, Google Maps location, Twitter, Facebook, LinkedIn, Instagram app store download. From there also you can get it. So website URL, maybe plain text from that, telephone number, Skype call, SMS message, email address. All of these are the outcome of the internet, and contact details, digital business card, attendance tracking, event, Wi-Fi login, and PayPal buy now link. These QR codes in library services, some of you are using nowadays. Even small libraries are also either to tell that this is exactly, say for example, you can tell that if you want to get access to Sodh Ganga, this is the QR code of it, just check it. Instead of typing it properly, the UI of it, directly you can get access to it. That way, some of the important resources you can make their QR code ready so that library users need not have to spend time over that. Wi-Fi access and geolocation, reference and library resources and so on are available. Virtual 360 degrees tour, 360 degree, that is all quadrants. Libraries are making guided tours and self-service audio tours for handheld devices. Audio tours make the most of patrons MP3 players, because audio, those who prefer for so many other regions also, visually challenged people of course, and audio tours make the most of patrons MP3 players. Library orientation is getting changed, library services is getting changed, and instruction video also are getting changed. These I have already described for visual and hearing impaired people. This is geolocation used for personalized tours. There, I would like to say a bit more. Say, for example, this information most of the times in our catalog, online catalog, especially opaque, while entering the data, if we provide the geolocations of it with the help of the latitude and longitude and other relevant information, especially more precisely for a particular location, probably more accurately we can locate with the help of some locating device, or even when the geographical identities very frequently for different political regions also, or for some other regions, geographical names are getting changed. But the particular map, if it is shown with the help of this latitude and longitude and other cartographic information, probably we would be in a better position to select that particular resources. Yes, this is presently not what I say, Mughal Sarai, something other name is given to that, and so on. So these are means due to some changes which are which forced us to remove the earlier names. Probably we can embed that data with our geographical identities, like our latitude and longitude, and it will help us to get, I mean, to discover the resources much easily. Here, so many things we have covered here. Services offered at libraries, whether it is translation, it is much more precise than earlier. Tutorials which are prepared by faculty members only with the help of their videos, with the help of their PDF files with them, and also some question answers, their evaluation, and so on. Ask a librarian, some facilities of cafe conducting, directly ordering from outside centers also, self-service photocopy, and so on. So many new alerts, group study rooms, and other things are there. Probably there is no end of all these things. Libraries, depending on their requirement, depending on their importance, to what extent they want to put the importance on that particular aspect, they will benefit our present library users, and that's why interactive capabilities are user friendly, accessible to access information is time saving, and location awareness is limited access to them. So libraries still ultimately curiosity, because unless we can uh, ignite the mind of the readers, unless we can infuse some sort of query within them, curiosity, inspire, and provide affordable access to good quality knowledge and information. Not only traditional, say most of the present day readers are interested only about the notebook kind of materials which will help them to pass a particular exam. But the textbooks or some other relevant reference books where so many things, probably what they are not searching at this moment, while browsing, accidentally they may occur to them, and that is the ultimate use of the library resources. So library will help to read and learn, meet and discuss. Not only learning from there, we can share our knowledge with our co-workers, shape and develop ourselves, support serendipity and interdisciplinary research, and finally collaborate with users. So I don't think that we can end this. Rather, before closing, I would like to inquire whether you would suggest something uh, uh, so that we can uh, change our mode of thinking, or your feedback on this particular issue. That is what I expect from you. Kindly, if you uh, come with those ideas, that will help us. I'm closing our presentation. Kindly provide us some feedback so that what you are using at your end, or what problems you are facing at your end, on that if you could say a few words. I find our own people, Kullan Sundar Samanta, is there, who is also part of this program, and I know Ranita
Thank you,
is there.
sir.
Sir, Sharmaji.
Yes, sir. Thank you, sir. Very
Thank you.
informative session, sir, it was.
Very
Thank you, sir.
informative.
Thank you, sir. Thank you very much, sir.
So thank you all for your patient listening. I am pretty sure that I have not added much value to your knowledge. Simply, I tried to bring some of the issues what probably we are doing in our day-to-day life, but we have to rethink and reorient it according to the utility of it to our present readers. And unless we can bring them to our library fold, whatever resources we provide through our library portals, they are not be utilized to the fullest extent. So I expect our colleagues would come out and probably reorient themselves to harness all the benefits of the present resources. Thank you all for your patient listening.
Thank you, sir.
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 Thank you, Professor Durga Shankar.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Thank you
Sorry.
very much. I think the audience, if you have any query, you can just ask. Otherwise, another session, because session is supposed to finish by 12:50. So if you have any query, just immediately. Any query from anyone?
Sir, myself Arup Kumar Das. Sir,
Hello.
yes, sir, myself Arup Kumar Das.
Yes, you are
Sir,
audible, but Masum
I
sir
have
is saying something.
share my experiences.
One
Sir,
by
I
one,
have
please.
shared my experiences. Sir, for your nice presentation, sir, I just used the QR code, sir, recently. I just I put the notice board all the departments QR codes asking the librarian. So everybody, by every user that scan your QR code, and any kind of resources, any kind of question, say they can send me easily. It is very accessible.
That's what I was telling, that facilitate your user. The reason is that you can note down that these are the URL, these are the URI or DOI, this one. But say, for example, our own InfluentNet resources also, they are getting less used because easily they could do it if your QR code is prepared for that particular address, and they can come and scan and directly get access to it. These are very handy for us, and it will I mean, help our users also to spend less time to get access to our resources. That is what I wanted to tell. Sir, Masum sir,
Yes, sir.
what you are telling, I couldn't get you. Should I?
No, fine. Means only the participants, if they have any query, they can clarify within 1 or 2 minutes, so that we can finally say thanks to our professor, because the next resource person is in the queue. I hope all is fine with everyone.
Yes, sir. Fine.
Thank
Thank
you,
you,
sir.
Yes, sir.
Professor
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Durga Shankar,
Yes, sir.
I'm
Thank
very
you very
thankful
much,
to
sir.
you on behalf of the department, on behalf of the HRDC, and on behalf of the participants. I'm very thankful to you.
Hello, sir.
Thank you very much, sir.
Okay,
Thank you,
thank you to everyone.
Hello.
Thank you, sir.
I'm closing the
Thank you,
session.
sir.
I'm closing the session here. I hope
Thank you.
another 5 minutes you
I
have.
am sending the presentation to you, sir.
Yes. So you can send the presentation.
That can be shared
I can
among
share that
participants.
presentation with the participants.
Yes, sir. Just now I am sending it. I have some class now, so I am before going to the class. I am
No issue,
sending
no
you,
issue.
sir.
Later on. So you finish your class first, and then you can send it. No issue.
Okay, sir. Okay, sir. Thank you,
No
sir.
issue. No issue.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you once again. Okay, participants, we are closing the session now. You can join the third session. Third session will be by Professor Mehtab Alam, and he will be 12:30. He will be here by 12:25. Just see, within 5 minutes you are able to join the next session. Thank you very much. Mazhar?
Okay, sir.
Mazhar, just close the meeting, please.
Thank you.